Yeah. Hi, Faiz. How are you? Am I audible, Faiz? Am I audible? Okay, so I am audible. You replied fine. Hi, Raji. Hi, hi, hi. Nothing much. I started 10 minutes earlier so that I can talk to some people. Meanwhile, let's have some chit chat session. Okay, okay. Let me send this to the internal team members too. Mm, the t-shirts reminds me something. Okay, so okay, what does it remind you? Your previous internship, the goodies. Okay, okay, okay. Oh yeah. Hi Pujit. Hi, how are you, Pujit? So a kind of we were talking to the people who are in the chat, who are replying in the chat for some time. After that, we can start the session. Nice, nice. We have seven people. Okay. Hi, hi, Sudeva. Fine, Lucy. Looks like you too. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, how's it? How's your internship going so far? Like, is it good? Like, how did your sprint went? Hi, hi, Hari. Do you want to say share something about your sprint one? Like how did it went? Is everything good? Easy or moderate or difficult? Okay, okay. I'm expecting. Okay. Come on, guys. I am not getting any replies about the sprint one. Is it that bad? Okay. Poll. Okay. So you don't want to answer honestly. Okay. Uh, your sprint one went. What do you have to keep in the poll? Like, what are those? What are the options? Maybe we can say, uh, uh, hi Devarshini. Average. Maybe we can say that as moderate. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Where do I get these emojis? How can I? Surprising, amazing, super. Wow. Okay, so the I raised a poll. So that poll is kind of how did your sprint one went? Okay, kind of poor, moderate, awesome. Okay, 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 okay. Wow, 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 wow. We have 11 contestants. And let we have 3 more minutes. Meanwhile, we can chit chat. Faiz, like, why did you kept these three answers? Surprising, amazing, superb. Wow. So tell me this, like, have you watched the videos like of Sprint to what you are going to do in Sprint 2? Okay, okay, I got that, Faiz. We haven't added any surprise elements, so I don't think so. Yes, Rishi. Okay, so how is that? Like, have you seen your outputs? Have you seen your modules? What you had made in Sprint One? Are they similar? Okay, we have 10. We have 10 in count. A great change, Rishi, but the core stuff is similar. Yes, exactly. The core stuff is similar. Yes. The only thing what changed is the UI part. That's all. We just added some stylings to that. That's all. Not bad. What about the other team members? Like, do you feel the same? Like, have you guys watched the videos of your Sprint 2 tasks? Okay. Can we check? Okay, we can't check the people. Okay. Hi, Nikita. Hi. How is it, Nikita? Like, have you seen some difference in your question was interrupted by ad? Okay. The question is, uh, I actually you already answered that. A great change, Rishi, but the cost of is similar. I'm asking the same question. That is, have you guys watched your Sprint 2 tasks and how is that? That's all. So, what about the intensity? Is the intensity same as previous sprint, or it it kind of leveled up a bit? I think it boosted a bit. Okay, okay. Let's wait till sprint 3 because we have a lot of more tasks to assign you guys in sprint 3. So kind of we kind of understood what you guys are doing and what is the progress and what we can expect and how we should have to build a package in such a way that you guys can perform even more better. That is why we gave you this package. Okay, hi Joseph, hi Subhash. Okay, fine. I think let us start. Fun and frustration coming soon. Frustration for what? Okay, okay. You are saying about this upcoming tasks. Okay, great. Yeah, I won't say it is frustration. I I would like to frame it as fun, more fun. Okay. Okay, Jose. Okay, hi. Okay then, let's start, guys. So basically, uh, this video is related to your sprint two tasks. I mean, as we promised, each and I mean, at the end of each and every sprint, that is Saturday, so you are going to get a video that is what is your sprint two tasks and all. So I'm assuming that you guys watched that video, and we are going to discuss about what is there in that video and what are the action types you wanted to build or you wanted to use or you wanted to implement in your sprint task. We are going to discuss about all these queries, all these action types and all. And yes, I think it's a good start to understand what is the functionality you have to implement and what are the requirements for your sprint. Yeah, that is the whole motive of this sprint 2 live session. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about what are the file types, what are the exact functionalities, so on. So these kind of sessions will be connected lineup, are in lineup. So now let us, without any delay, let us discuss about the action types, whatever we figured it out. And I hope you guys also had figured out some action types. Let us discuss about what we had figured out. Okay. So let me share my screen. Give me a second. Okay. So is my screen visible? Can someone see my screen? I started sharing. You can see this, right? Okay. Let me end the poll. I forgot to end the poll. Okay, great. Thank you, Sudeva. Thank you so much. Okay, I will try to complete each and every module's action types, and once after completing one module's action type, then we'll spend around 5 minutes to answer your queries, so that we can answer each and every module's queries individually. That's also almost 50% of the problem. It makes clear. Okay. Okay, fine. Let us start with this asset customization module. I don't know why I'm starting with this module only always, but this is there in the first list. Let me start with that itself. Okay, so before starting this discussing about these action types, I just wanted to tell you something. That is, we have given a document. We had given a document, right, in Sprint One about these action types. So, what have we decided? We decided that we have to implement these action types in your source code or package, whatever it is. Okay, but while reviewing each and every one's module's code, very less people followed the naming conventions and all. So please make sure that from next time you are going to follow the same naming conventions, whatever it is there in the document. That way, wherever we are going to use these action types, we won't. We won't be confused. If you introduce any new action types, that is a kind of confusing for the internal team, whoever are reviewing that. So please make sure that you follow the same naming conventions and all. Okay. So yeah, with coming to this asset customization module, we have this. The action types, whatever there in this document, are pretty much similar with the Sprint One's action types. In fact, I have removed some of the action types, and I have added one or two action types in one module, I guess. In other modules, I have removed major number of action types. So this set ACM role is used to set the role whatever we got for the ACM module. Okay, ACM is nothing but asset customization module. So set ACM package, that is to store the value of what is the package you have, whether the package type is uh, basic package or premium package, and set ACM is authenticated. So it is nothing but it's just a flag. It's a boolean flag basically. It might be true or false. Okay. So if it is true, it means the user is authenticated. If it is false, the user is not authenticated. That's all. Okay, coming to the features, what are the features ACM supports? Coming to the selected feature, what is the feature user currently selected, and what are the icon styles we have, and what is the current selected style by the user? I mean, if it is let us assume if user selected bold icons, so the current the set ACM CA selected icon style will have a value that is bold. So set ACMCA icon means this is a placeholder where you are going to keep your selected icon. In the same way, we have control tabs, that is icon and background, and we have also this action type, that is set ACM selected control tabs. That is nothing but kind of, if user selected icon type, then it is going to the value what we are going to see inside that action type is icon. In the same way, if user selected background, then the value will be background. So yep, that is how we have added all action types. I mean, these are pretty much similar what you have seen in the Sprint One, but we have a bit more interesting session where we wanted to spend a bit of time. That is this undo session, undo action, redo action, reset action, last action, and next and suggestion action. Okay. So if you have seen the video, whatever which is uploaded on Saturday, you might have seen this functionality, this undo action. In Sprint 1, we don't have this undo action functionality. In Sprint 1, we don't have this redo, we don't have this reset, we don't have this last, next, and suggestions and all. So let us go through those action types. Let us go to those action types and which will make a bit more clear for you. Okay. So let me start with this. I'm going to wrap it up very fast with the action types what we have discussed earlier in the sprint one. So I'm going to focus mostly on the action types which are actually necessary for sprint one. Okay, so I have mentioned this because, as I told, some of the action types, the naming conventions of the action types is not proper enough, is not good enough. So you guys have to follow these action types. That is why I have mentioned these action types. Okay. So ACM role is to set the role. ACM package is to set the package. That is basic or premium. And ACM is authenticated. It's a Boolean flag to check whether the user is authenticated or not. ACM features is a flag or action type which holds a list of the features whatever we are supporting, that is clip art, image, and text. And ACM selected feature, it's also a single. I mean it has a string. That's all. So what is that string? What do you want? What are you going to keep in that ACM selected feature means? If user selected any one of the feature, these features are tabs, right? So if user selected any tab of these features, that is the selected tab value we are going to keep in this ACM selected feature. Okay. So coming to these ACMCA icon styles, we have filled outline. We have added even more styles. So those styles are represented as list in this set ACMCA icon styles. So these are list. So set ACMCA selected icon styles. These pretty much similar to the ACM selected feature. Like here, you are going to keep a value of what is the selected icon style. Okay. So and this set ACM CA icon, it actually holds the value of the icon which you have selected. Suppose if you have selected the user icon, so it is going to store the user value. And coming to this set ACM control tabs, this is, the team who are who have implemented this, they might have been familiar with this. Basically, we have this clip art feature, right? So where user can select icons. Okay, please keep this in mind, icons. So for that icon, you have to add some customization. That might be colors, shadows, or you can rotate the icon. Uh, those kind of customizations and all. Okay. So in that we have categorized the settings into two parts. Those are icon settings and background settings. So icon settings are the ones which will control only the icon customizations. Background settings are the controls which will control only the background of icon. Okay, the background or the palette behind the icon. Okay, so coming to this set ACM selected control tabs, these also pretty much same familiar with this CA selected icons and ACM selected feature. So here, what you are going to do is you are going to store the value of what is the current selected control tab. Okay, that is icon or background. And coming to this set ACM CA, that is clip art, and this is I for icon. So inside the icon tab, we have some controls, that is maybe icon size. You can also have maybe the rotate option, icon rotate option. Those kind of controls will be named in this format. So basically, you're going to keep this set ACM, and in ACM, the feature what you are going to target is clip art, and inside that, you are going to add a control which is based on icon. So this I is for that, and the control name whatever you are going to implement. So here the control name is icon size. For example, maybe you can add rotate icon kind of. Okay, and in the same way, as you know, we have categorized the controls in two parts, two types, that is icon and background. These related to the background. The only difference here is here you'll have I, here you're going to have B. Okay, and you're going to write the control name again. The like background color. Okay. Yep. These are the action types which you are going to focus on your sprint 2. Okay. Coming to this undo action. So basically, what do you mean by undo? Let me open a browser where, okay, I needed my favorite tool, which I use to draw stuff. Give me a second. Okay, so basically, let us assume that you have an image. Okay, you have an image. You let us assume that you applied a kind of vignette. Vignette. Okay, so I mean, you vignette is nothing but you had added some dark shadows on the edges of this image. Okay, so if you are seeing the video, this is kind of undo option. There is a arrow or there is an icon which represents the undo action. Okay, suppose if user, let us assume I'm going to save this for a while. Let us assume that ignore this part. I'm going to give it again. Okay, so let us assume user clicked on this undo icon. So what will happen? So you just added this background shadow, right? This will be removed. Okay. The same way, we also have another icon, that is a redo icon. Okay. What this will do is, if you click on this redo action, it is going to replace the whole part with the previous action which you had deleted, that is vignette. Okay, so basically undo means it will revert back to the previous change. Redo means it'll kind of it'll recover the control, or it will recover the effect what you have added. So that is redo and undo option. Okay, these are the two tasks you are going to. These are one of the two tasks you are going to perform in sprint 2. S2. Let me write it as S2. Okay. Now coming back to another control, that is, okay, let us see the action type first and then let us come to this control. So we covered these two icons, that is these two actions, that is undo and redo. Okay. So coming to this reset action. Okay. Let me explain you what is a reset action. So you uploaded an image, that is maybe it all has a single tree. Okay, it all has a single tree. Okay, so what you have done is you started editing that image. Okay, you started editing that image. You had added. I mean, in this editing, what you have done is maybe for the first time, for the first image, what you have done is for the first editing, you had added birds. Let us assume that you had added birds. Okay, so this image has some birds. Okay, so this, let us assume that this is the first editing. Okay, the second control what you had added. Okay, so here we have this, along with these birds you also added some skies. Oh my god, if I draw the skies, it will be very confused that my tree and my cloud will be the same. Okay, let us take it as, we added a sun. Okay, we added a sun. So now user didn't like any of this. User didn't like this image. Okay, so he, what he can do is he can revert back and or else he can do the redo action. Okay, but apart from these actions, he wants his original image back again. So there, if we click on this reset action, if we perform this reset action, then if we perform this reset action, then he is going to be displayed with the initial image which he had given. So basically, reset action is an action which removes all the styles, all the styles which user had applied to the icon. Okay, those might be those might be the background settings or the icon settings and all. Okay, so we covered this reset action. Okay, so now coming to this last action, ACM last action. I mean, guys, please observe this last action, next action, and suggestion very carefully. This is, I won't say that it is complex, but it is interesting. But if you don't listen that, it will be complex. Uh, I'll try my best to make things very clear. Okay, so let us assume uh, we have user selected an icon. Okay, user. Okay, let us start like this. So basically, in your module, what are you going to provide? Okay, so what one can do with your module is you can add an icon and you can add some customized settings and all, like icon controls, background controls. Let us take the previous controls what we have implemented in the sprint one only. That is, user can select an icon. Okay, user can select an icon. Okay, and what he can do with that icon. Okay, maybe he can add some category or icon style. Okay, the icon what he selected by default, that is he's fine with that. Let us assume like that. Okay, so after that he can add we can adjust the size of the icon. Okay, and after that he can change the color of icon color. Okay, coming to the background, the third control which we have implemented is the background color of icon background, icon background color. Okay, so these are the four actions one should perform. Okay, one should perform to get a perfect icon. Okay, so these are the four steps which one should perform to get a perfect icon. Okay, so I'm going to select this and let me bring it down here so that I can map it up. Okay, now coming to this last action type which we have been discussing, this set ACM last action. Okay, so let us assume user selected an icon. Okay, so in this last action, you have to keep this user. It's a list basically. Okay, so user selected icon. Okay, what should be the next icon to get a perfect icon? Okay, if you see this, if you take this as a list of if you name it as the perfect icon. Okay, for getting perfect icon you need to follow these four steps. We'll have this. Okay, so now user just perform this the action which performed by the user lastly is the selected he selected an icon. Okay, the next action what he should perform is icon size. Okay, okay, so inside the next action you are going to keep icon size. Okay, but we are humans, right? We love to play with the controls, and we love to do a lot of experiments. Okay, so the next action what user can perform to get a best icon is the icon size. Okay, and inside the suggestions we have another action type, that is, let me keep it as suggest. Okay, so inside the suggest we have nothing right now. Okay, that's an empty list. Okay, so the last performed action done, I mean, the last action performed by the user is selected icon, and the next action which he should perform is icon size. He haven't yet accessed or he haven't yet played with another control yet. Okay, so but we are going to keep the next inside the next we are going to keep this icon size. Okay, coming to this suggest, we have nothing. Okay, now user haven't performed the icon size, he directly choose this icon color. Okay, there are chances, right? There are chances. So user choose the icon color directly. So what we are going to do is, first we are going to update the icon color, that user performed icon color. Okay, and next, in this next action what we are going to keep is, first I will shift this icon size to suggest, and I'm going to copy the user selected an icon color, right? So next the action what I'm going to keep in the next is icon background color. Okay, so user, we have very limited controls, right? So user perform the background color. Okay, so user perform the background color, and this will be, okay, this icon background color will get shifted to here. This icon background color will get shifted to here. Okay, and now we'll remove this from the next. Basically we don't have any action which user can perform next. Okay, okay, fine, user performed all the controls, all the controls whatever he wants to keep, and now he clicked on the save option. Okay, he clicked on the save option. What do we have to do? Inside this suggest, we have this icon size control which user has missed. Okay, so we will show him a small kind of suggestion icon or info, I mean suggestion snack bar or info snack bar, kind of a small layout where we'll display that, okay, you can also have, you can also I think you forgot this, you forgot to perform this icon size control, so do you want to perform this back again? Okay, these kind of suggestions will add to the user. Okay, so that he'll be able to create the icon image whatever he want, whatever he is creating, to make that as a perfect icon or perfect image. We are we are implementing this approach. Okay, that is what this last icon, I mean last action, next action, suggestion action, and this perfect icon action, these four actions combinedly gives us, combinedly helps user to choose or to create a perfect icon. Okay, so that is the use of these four icons, four action types. Okay, so let me highlight these all. So basically these are the action types which we covered right now. Okay, coming to this error notification. Error notification is error notification, success, info. These all are the actions which we had covered in the sprint one only. But I kept these because, as I told, the naming conventions were not the same in the source code. I have when we checked through, so that's why we have added this. But anyway, I'm going to give you a small glimpse of what it is. Okay, so error notification is nothing but it's just a kind of a snack bar or dialog. Okay, dialog which will show the error. Okay, inside this error notification, we came up with this another kind of solution, that is we have to categorize the errors. Okay, we can kind of keep a very risky, okay, high risk. Okay, we can keep like this. Okay, high risk. Okay, and maybe we can give it as moderate, or we can keep it as like this, low risk, high risk, low risk. Okay, Inside the high risk, if user performs some actions and we notice some error, like suppose user selected an icon but he forgot to keep the background at all, which is actually necessary for that image. Okay, so that is actually a high risk error, high risk suggestion, or high risk kind of error. Okay, so then we have to categorize that issue in high risk, and we have to show a pop-up. Okay, you have to show a pop-up, and if you, I mean, if you display that pop-up, if this module displayed that pop-up, user should not be able to perform any other action. Means you have to highlight this part. Okay, so that he will notice it quickly and his whole attention will be on this. Okay, so that is why we kind of categorize this. Okay, so coming to this low risk errors, we kind of will kind of display them in the snack bar. Okay, so make sure you categorize your errors and you categorize your warnings and all. Warning, it is fine. For now in this sprint we are not focusing on categorizing the warnings, but we are trying to categorize these error action type. Okay, so please keep this as a note. Okay, so that is the only change here we got. And coming to this success notification, let us assume that user successfully added all controls whatever he wants to, and he saved the image. Okay, then we wanted to show the success notification. Okay, coming to this info notification, if I mean, this flag for now it is optional, but it is I mean, it is good to have to add some more action types in the buffer, so that if we get time we will add these all. So the use case of this action type is if some other module wants to send some message to this module. Okay, assume this as the case. Someone wants to communicate with your module, that is I mean someone who is not inside your module, or the source code which is not inside your module. Okay, let us assume that pfm module or pmm module is going to communicate with this module. Okay, then we want to use this info notification. Okay, so that is the use case of this. Coming to this acm loading state. Okay, if you had watched the video of your sprint 2 tasks, you might have the last task, that is the sixth task. It has a small icon, kind of download kind of icon. If you click on this, you are going to see svg and png, right? svg and png. In this svg and png, what we are going to do is, if user clicked on this svg, what you will do is you are going to convert your icon into svg format and you will download that. Okay, that conversion process, like converting that icon into svg format or converting that icon into png format. Okay, it will take some time, right? Okay, it will take some time. In that time you are going to show these loading state. Okay, so that is the use case of this. And coming to set ACM save action, it is nothing but just to save all the controls, whatever the user have implemented, and using them, if he logged in again, or else if he navigates to another screen and if he come back again, it will be there, it will be stored. Okay, so anyway we are not going to keep the database yet, but maybe we can store in local storage of the browser, or else we can just we can track the state of that. Okay, so this set perfect icon is nothing but the list what I have given here. This is a perfect icon. Okay, so that is the list we are speaking about. Okay, so yeah, that is all for this ACM team module. Let us take some time to address your queries if you have any. Feel free to ask any queries if you have. Let me stop the screen sharing. Okay, so the ACM team, like Nikita, Devarshini, and Surya and Joseph. Okay, have you guys understood like what are the action types we are going to focus on, kind of? Okay, okay, great. Are you telling on behalf of your team or it's just you, Nikita? If it is on behalf of your team, okay, great. Thank you, Devarshini. What about Surya and Husaif? Seems to be interesting. Yes, it is. So yeah, the most interesting part for me is, of course, I like each and every control, but the 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 last action, next action, and the suggestion action, the perfect icon, this concept actually, uh, this is very interesting to implement. Okay, great. Husaif and Surya, are you guys okay? Do you guys have any queries? Okay, well, I think they are not available. They can see the video again. Let us start with another module. Okay, so in line we have this asset customization module. So let me start sharing my screen back again. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible, right? Going to have fun in this sprint. Yes. Okay, so the asset. Whoa. This is what the asset customization module. Okay, navigation builder module. So navigation builder module, are you guys there? Sudeva, Suchendra, and Karthik. Poll on another modules. Next, okay, fine then. Let me raise a poll. Uh, uh, which module should I have? Okay, so the left modules are PFM and NBM and what do we have? PMM and DAM. Okay, the poll is on. Let us wait for the poll. I'm sorry, Sudeva. I'm sorry, Karthik. People are requesting for the polls. Let us see. Okay. Wow. There is a race going on, PFM 27%, NBM 27%, PMM 5. There is no luck for you, man. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to end the poll and I'm going to start this PMM module. Okay. Okay, anyway, PMM module, let me see whether, let me go to the table of contents and let me see this PMM module. Okay, PMM module. Okay, PMM module has limited number of controls, but I mean, the task they are going to perform is has already given in the video, which has uploaded on Saturday evening. So let us discuss about these action types again. Okay. So set PMM role, set PMM package. These three had already covered in sprint one itself. And coming to this set PMM features, these are the features. I mean, there is a list basically to display the Android and iOS tabs. And coming to this error notification loading state, these are the actions which you guys have to implement in this sprint 2. Okay, but this has already covered in sprint 1. But the reason why I have mentioned here is the naming conventions. The naming conventions of your action types are not similar with these action types. So please make sure that next time you have to follow the same naming conventions for the action types. Okay. So coming to this set PMM error notification. If you have seen your tasks of your sprint 2, we have this interesting feature, that is, if a user selects a device, okay, that is maybe if it is, let us assume that he selected iPhone 12. Okay, iPhone 12. This iPhone 12 has some specific width and height, right? So what you have to do is, with this width and height, you have to display an iframe. Okay. Inside this iframe, what you have to do is you have to render a website. Okay, render a website. So website will be rendered here, right? Suppose if the URL or the website which came as a prop for this module is not rendering, okay, then you have to use this error notification. I mean, that's a critical issue, right? So the website URL which is not loading in the iframe, then there is no use of this whole functionality whatever we have implemented. So that is considered to be as critical warning, and we are going to show that website URL is, I mean, in the website URL whatever you have provided is not accessible, kind of, because I mean we are not supporting these local host URLs and all. I mean we are supporting only HTTPS. Okay, we are not supporting HTTP URLs as of now, so that is why we have added HTTP. Suppose if a user given HTTP, then you have to show this error notification. So basically, what I wanted to say is you also have to categorize this error notification into two categories, that is high risk and low risk. In low risk, you can show the small snack bar and you can display the snack bar as an error. Okay, then it will hide away. Okay, coming to this loading state. Okay, coming to this loading state action. So what you are going to do is, okay, so if you see in the video, we have a small icon here in the bottom. That is, I'm going to give it as question mark. Okay, we have a small icon. Okay, so if user hovers on this icon, what one should be able to see is they have to see the hint that I mean kind of pull down to refresh. Okay, pull down to refresh. Okay, what does that mean? So the website which is inside in this iframe, the website which is inside this, which is already loaded in this iframe, if you pull this, let us assume you have your mouse like this. If you pull this website inside the iframe, if you pull this down, then it should reload automatically. To give you a real use case where you might have seen this functionality, if you guys are familiar with reels, watching reels, I mean, almost each and everyone might have done this, almost. Okay, so if you open the reels tab, the first reel what you are going to see, if you pull that down, it'll refresh, it'll refresh and reload the new reels again. I mean, reload. It's not reload. It renders or displays new reels. Okay. In the same way, what we had to do is we had to pull this. We had to pull this inside the iframe. That way, this website will reload. Okay. So that is what I was we meant by this loading. Okay, yes, the loading state. While if when you pull the when you pull the website inside the iframe, it is going to take some time, right, to refresh the website. So then you are going to show this loading state. That is one case. The second case is, let us assume someone opened your module. Okay, so what you are going to do, you are going to display the website, right? When you clicked on particular device, then you are going to display the website in that particular device. So that also needs some time to render the website. So then also you have to display this loading state. Okay, so yep, this is short and sweet. These are the two action types they have to implement. Okay, but they have another interesting challenge already. I mean, that is not related to the action types. That is related to the responsiveness and each and every step. Okay, so they are mainly the complexity of this module is heavily in the UI side. Okay, it should be highly responsive. Okay, so yeah, guys, that is about the PMM modules action types. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, uh, PMM team like Bhagya and Devi Prasanna, Nusrat, and Bhavani. Yes, I'm sorry if I'm trying. I'm taking some time to remember the names. Please bear with me. So, do you guys have any doubts? Like the PMM team, are you good with the action types? Whatever you're going to implement in Sprint 2? Okay. So, what do you want me to explain it? Okay. No good. Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions? You answered for no Rishi for the questions. Okay. 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 I thought you haven't understood the action type, so I was about to explain it back again. Okay. So what about, are you telling on behalf of your team Bhagya Lakshmi or you're telling as an individual? So that I can mention Bhavani name, Nusrat name. Okay. No, Rishi, we are good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bhavani. What about Nusrat and Devi Prasanna? Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Let us create another poll. So we had left with three more modules. Let me copy this, paste it. The modules which we are left with is PFM and NBM and DAM. Okay, the DAM team, each and every time we are going to pick you at the last. So please add your post. Wow, PFM 100%. Okay, wow, 25, 20, 20, NBM 20, DAM 20, PFM 60. Okay, PFM 67, 71. Great, man. There's a lot of majority with the PFM module. Okay. Okay, seems like everyone attended this session. Okay, that is why they have. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. So let us pick this PFM module. Okay, let me share my screen back again. Okay, please give me some time. I'm going to navigate to the table of contents. So we covered. I'm going. I'm going in a zigzag way. So we covered this. We covered this also, right? So the next thing what we are going to cover is performance module. So performance module, yes, the action types, whatever you have, we have added for this print is also the same. But why we have added names? The naming conventions. The same problem with this module too. They haven't followed the same naming conventions for the action types. Please do follow that next time. So this set PFM role is to set the role, package is to set the package, that is admin or premium or basic, and is authenticated, it's a boolean to check whether the user is authenticated or not. Okay, so these three we have already covered in sprint one, so I'm wrapping it up. Okay, so set PFM features, we have overview feature right now, so that is why we added this overview feature. But in the package what we have given in sprint 2, we have added all the features. Okay, that is overview, performance, so on. So each and every feature we have added that. Basically we upgraded this action, so please utilize that properly. Okay, so PFM selected feature, there is a string which will store the current selected feature, that is overview or performance, so on. So which tab is selected, that is suppose let us assume user selected the performance tab. Okay, so then the selected feature will be the performance feature. Okay, coming to this PFM feature options, this is interesting. So last time in the last sprint we don't have this action. We had this action, but we haven't implemented that. Okay, so here we are going to keep two controls. I wanted to say that as toggle buttons. Let us keep it as toggle buttons. Inside the toggle buttons, we are going to keep mobile icon and web icon. I mean desktop icon. So that is the PFM feature options. So we have two feature options, that is mobile and desktop. Okay. So let us assume that user selected this mobile toggle button. Then you are going to keep here that mobile toggle button. So basically you are going to keep a string of the respective feature option which is selected. Okay. And coming to this overview, last time our task was to establish the connection between client and the backend, right? So which is not yet done. That is why we got a bit of spillover in the spillover task for sprint 2 from sprint 1. So we have mentioned this again. So basically we have this overview mobile circular progress bar data and overview mobile tab performance data. In the same way, we have accessibility, best practices, and all. Let me take some time to explain this. Okay. So yeah, we have this this view. Sorry. Okay. So here we have four circular bars. Okay. So here you are going to keep this mobile and desktop icon. Oh my God, this mobile and desktop icon. Okay. So if user selected on this mobile, what we have to show is, let us assume 1 2 3 4, we have 3 1 2 3 4 as values. Okay, for mobile, if user selects on desktop, then what you have to do is you have to show respective desktop values. Okay, there is no need of adding any loading states and all, loading spinners and all, while traversing while shifting from mobile view to desktop view. Mobile view, in the sense you are showing the data, this circular progress bar data of of mobiles and desktop. That is what I mean. Okay, so it is not like responsiveness and all, it is about the data actually, which you are going to get it from the server. Okay, so this is one of the API, that is circular progress bar data. Okay, so that is what you are seeing here. Where it is, this one, CPB data. Okay, coming to this tab performance data. If you have seen the sprint 2 task video, the grooming sessions, you might have noticed that we got some new tabs. These are there in the previous sprint also, but we haven't focused on these tabs. But this time we are going to focus on these tabs. Here we have performance, accessibility, so and so. Okay, for this performance tab, if you click on this, you are going to display a tab. Okay, so inside that you are going to display some data which is there in the previous video. Please go and watch that again if you are not familiar with what type of data it is. Okay, so that for this data is basically belongs to this performance tab only. Okay, so that is why we have this overview mobile tab performance data. Let me tell you again. So give me a second. Okay, so as I told, as we discussed, here we have data with respect to mobile and desktop, right? So in the same way, here also we'll have the data with respect to mobile and desktop. Okay, so basically these are the controls, or flags which enables, if suppose if user clicked on this mobile. Okay, if user clicked on this mobile, the whole UI of the whole performance module will display only mobile values. Okay, the same way if user clicked on this desktop, the whole UI of performance module is going to show the desktop values only. So that is what I was mentioning here in this icon. So basically here we are going to have this overview mobile capture data, overview mobile tab performance data. Tab performance data in the sense means the performance tab, which is inside the overview only. I'm not speaking about the performance tab, which actually acts as a feature. Okay, so we had two different types of data, mobile and desktop, right? So we have multiple action types for mobiles, particular action types for mobiles, and we have different action types for desktops. That's all. So this, to summarize, we have overview mobile, I mean circular progress bar data, and in the same way we have mobile tab performance data, tab accessibility, best practices, SEO. Like that, we have all data for mobile actions. Okay, the same way we have this desktop for desktop 2, that is desktop circular progress bar data, performance data, accessibility data, best practices data, SEO data, and all. Okay, see, if you understand one action type, then everything will be almost familiar. I mean similar. Okay, coming to this set PFM error notification. Here also, this is also same for your module. So here you are going to categorize this action type into two values or two dictionaries, maybe two keys, that might be high risk and low risk, where you are going to categorize your errors into, okay, low risk. This is a kind of low risk error. This is a kind of high risk issue, kind of. Okay. So for high risk, you are going to show a model. For model, you can refer to the documentation which is there in the package itself. Please make sure that you follow the same UI, and you can obviously copy the code snippets which is there under the model itself, under the respective UI component in the documentation. Okay. So coming to this, that is all about this PFM error notification and this loading state. This loading state basically, if you're shifting from one tab to another tab, it will take some time, right, for the APIs to request the data from the backend. So meanwhile, what we are going to show is, we are going to show a loading spinner. Are we going to show the loading spinner for whole PFM module? No, it's a no. We are going to show the loading spinner for particular section. I mean, let me show you while drawing. Okay. So we got this data, we got this circular progress data, okay, but we haven't yet got the performance data, but we got accordion, so on so on. So if user clicked on this performance, then you have to show the loading spinner here only. I mean, that is how we have to do, right? So we have to make it as asynchronous as possible. In that way, user will be able to see something in the screen instead of seeing the whole loading screen all the time. We got some data, let us render it. Okay. If we have to show the loading spinner wherever we haven't got the data, that's all. Okay. Okay. Coming to, yep, that is all about this PFM loading state. Okay. So next, coming to the next module. So we are left with two modules more. I believe it's two modules. Yes, it is two modules. Even I am confused. Okay, so which module should I have to focus next? So the module is, okay. Before discussing about the next module, uh, do you guys have any questions like Akash, Firdos, Faiz, and I'm sorry, who is the other guy? Faiz? Naveen, right? It is Naveen. Yes, okay. Let me type this NDM and Pavan. Okay, okay, okay. NBM and Dan. So, uh, I am going to start a poll. Okay, the NBM team and DAM team, please fill up the polls. Meanwhile, Faiz and your team members, do you guys have any questions? Let me answer them. You see, there is no sprint to branch. Oh, is it? I checked it. Okay. Okay, no worries. We'll create one and we'll. Okay, okay, for the backend. Okay. So it is like this, Akash. So basically, we haven't created a separate branch for PFM API. I'll create that and I'll send it. I'll get back to you. But it is the same source code what you are going to, what you have uploaded previously at the last. Can we use this previous prints branch? No, 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 no. Please wait for a while. Just after this meeting, I'm going to create a branch for you, and I'll give the access for that. Okay, is that fine, Akash? Okay, great. Do you guys have any questions uh, on this action types? What you are going to work on sprint two? Great. It's been 1 hour, man. It's almost 1 hour. Let us take a small break and let us have a chit chat session for 2 to 3 minutes. Later, we'll start discussing about the next module. Is this Indian lectures? Yes, it is. We got a clarity, Rishi. Okay, great. Okay, okay. So, what are you telling on behalf of your team or as an individual, Faiz? So, Brad Pitt. Okay, is this Indian? This is not a kind of lecture. It is kind of we recently had a sprint grooming session, and we are just having a live session based on that the task what they are going to do in sprint, upcoming sprint. Okay, great. So DAM team it's 88%, NBM it's 12. Okay, so let us start with the DAM module. So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, fine. Okay, so the DAM team, like you guys also have the same action types what you had in the previous sprint. But what we are trying to, why we had included this action types means uh, some of the action types. I'm telling you only some of the action types are not following the exact naming case of this action types. Okay, so please do follow that next time. So make sure that your action types naming conventions is there as it is from the document. So the dam role, it is nothing but it's just to store the role of the package. I mean role of the user which came as a prop for this package. Okay. So coming to the package, so here we are going to store the value of whether the package type is basic or premium. Okay, and each authenticator it's a flag whether to uh, just to find out whether the user is authenticated or not. Okay, the DAM features. DAM features we have added two more tabs. If you observe the sprint to video task video, we have added two more tabs. Those are one is app configuration and one is build process and one is test. Okay, so coming to this set dam features, so these are the three features are, I mean these three features are responsible to create three tabs. Okay, coming to this selected feature, suppose let us assume that you selected this app configuration tab. So the dam selected feature inside this, we are going to store the value that is app config. Okay, so you basically are going to store the value which is currently selected. I mean the current selected tabs value is nothing but the set dam selected feature. Okay, so inside this we have multiple configurations. For app configuration we have multiple controls, that is basic configuration and advanced configuration. In the basic configuration, we have some input elements which are very basic related to the app, that is app version. We have this app name and all these kind of elements and all will be inside the basic config. For advanced config, we had just enabled a small placeholder for now. We'll make sure that we'll get back to you, and we'll let you know that what should be there actually inside the advanced configuration form. And coming to the build tab and all, and the other tabs, everything has been mentioned in the sprint document only in the design file itself. Please make sure that you watch that and implement the respective controls. In the same way, we implemented for app config, like basic data, advanced data, and all. In the same way, we are going to get build controls and build basic configuration, builds advanced data. Okay, like that. And at last but not the least, we have this damn save action. That is nothing but it is used to store the values or the store the input elements whatever you have entered the data. I mean the data whatever you have entered in the input elements. It is this action is used to save it somewhere. I mean we are not focusing on the backend right now, but we can store that in the local storage, and if we want we can store that in the local storage, or you can store it in separate state where you want to, so that user will be able to start from where he left after navigating to other screens and all. Okay, so these are the action types which you guys have to focus. Okay, so let me answer the questions. Okay, the Dante module, do you guys have any questions? Pujit, Pujit, are you guys good? Okay, so anyone from the DAM team, do you guys have any uh, doubts regarding this action types of deployment automation module? No. Okay, I think Pujit and his team is not here. Okay, okay. Let us discuss about the next module. Okay, that is NBM module. So please give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So, yep. The navigation builder module finally. I should I should actually say sorry to Sudeva. We started we started second, but it came up last. That's fine, that's fine. It's good to listen about other modules too. Okay, so the action types what we have mentioned here in this document for your team also, Sudeva, and your team. So these are the action types which you had already focused in your sprint, but I mentioned this for the same reason which I have been explaining for all modules, that is the naming conventions are not same of these action types. Okay, so make sure that these action types follow the same naming conventions. Okay, coming to this set NBM role, it is used to set the role of the user, and this set NDM package, it is used to set the package type of the user, and this is the flag which is used to uh, this is the flag which is used to know whether the user is authenticated or not authenticated. And coming to this NBM features, we have this sidebar feature right now. So inside this NBM feature, it's a list basically. We are going to keep a sidebar only for now. We are focusing on the sidebar feature itself for now. So that is why we had sidebar. Okay. So the selected NBM feature, basically, technically we have only one feature, that is sidebar, right? So the one and only one value for this action type will be the sidebar. Okay, coming to this error, one second, let me highlight. Okay, so coming to this NBM error notification. So this is also same. What you have to do is you have to categorize your error notification action types into two types, that is high risk and low risk. And inside the high risk, what you have to do is you have to categorize your errors into different types. Okay, so if user gets an high risk error. So what you have to do is you have to open a model, and you have to make sure that user should not be able to perform anything, any action in your module, and so that his whole attention will be on the critical issue only. Okay, if that issue or the error which comes under low risk, will just know a snack bar. Okay, and coming to this NVM success notification. So inside your module, if you observe, you have multiple controls. That is header menu control, where you can add the menu text, or you can upload an image, and you can display that image. Okay. So if user uploaded an image, that is, assume user uploaded an image and the image fits perfectly in the header section, then you can actually display a success notification that okay, your image fit perfectly, kind of. You have to, your UI, whatever you are going to implement, that should actually communicate with the user. Okay, that actually helps. Okay, for the user, I mean, the user interface should always be interactive with the user. That is why we have this success notification. Okay, coming to this info, if any other module which I mean someone any other module which wants to communicate with your module, then we are going to use this info notification. In this sprint, we are not going to target this info notification, but we kept it as a placeholder, that if we get some buffer, we are going to focus on that info notification also. And coming back to this nvm loading state, in your component, in your module, if we have something which is taking some time, or which is taking some time to render, because everything whatever you are performing in the control tab, it is rendering live, right? So if it is taking some time, we'll show some loading symbols and all. Okay, that is what this loading npm loading state is. Okay, coming to this save, finally you are going to save all the actions, whatever the actions performed by the user, so that we can keep tracking. And coming to the history, okay, history is also just for placeholder. We are not focusing in the sprint 2, but it is a placeholder value. Okay, and this validation also comes under the placeholder. Okay, I'm going to highlight it as this. You should not, there is no need to worry about these action types. You are going to get this document, no worries. But we'll keep this as placeholders. Once the task or the action type, whatever has been mentioned here, and the task, whatever we have given in the sprint 2's recording session, you can actually, once after completing them, you can contact your assigned mentors, and they'll provide you the documentation or the use case, whatever necessary for these action types, which kept as a placeholder. Okay, so that's all for the nvmt module. Guys, do you have any questions? Let me stop screen sharing. Oh, I have 11% battery. I haven't checked it. Okay, that is fine. So do you guys have any questions, Sudeva and Suchendra and Karthik? Okay, Pujit, thank you so much. Thank you for the reply. Nagendra, thank you so much. And Sudeva, thank you, Sudeva. What about, so are you telling on behalf of your team, or are you telling as an individual? Okay, Karthik, thank you so much, Karthik. So Sudeva and Suchindra, I guess you guys are in the same place, right? Okay, from team. Thank you so much, Sudeva. Yes, guys. So these are the action types which we wanted to discuss for Sprint 2. I hope you guys understood the whole action types and the whole Sprint 2 task, what you are going to perform. Yep, that's all. That's all for this live session. Thank you so much. Happy learning, happy coding. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.